What's good, people? Both teams have been announced, Lions and the Wallabies, and my word, am I getting excited for this game. Whoo! Taniella Tupou is back in the starting lineup. This is the kind of person that we've needed to see from word go. I cannot wait for this game. Let's break it down. Please like, subscribe. It really does help the channel grow. And let's get into it. So I did a video earlier in relation to the Lions. Let's start with the Wallabies, move into the Lions, and then prediction at the end. So be sure to stay tuned for that. Now, okay. James Slipper, David Parecki, Taniella Tupou. This is going to be big hits. Tupou needed to start. Tupou needed to be there for game 1 and game 2. He was fit. He was ready. He got chosen for the First Nations. Look at the dominance that he put in for the First Nations. Okay. This is going to be putting a lot of pressure on the Lions. They're going to have to be on point. Okay. Then we go into Skelton and Nick Frost as the lock pairing. Big guys, big performances, lots of experience, and Skelton, just an absolute tower of a man, going to be coming in with big hits. And this is going to be fire. Back three, we got Tom Hooper, Fraser McWright, Harry Wilson with the captain's armband at 8. And yeah, very quick, very agile, big hitters. They are going to be using their engines. They're going to try and beat the Lions to literally everything. If we see even a slight resemblance to what they did in the second test, the Lions need to have, the Lions need to be on their best, because things are going to go wrong. And I can see things going wrong with this forwards. Now, it's a big shame. Rob Valentini is out. He isn't available to play. I believe he picked up a little knock, which is so sad to see, because he was so good in the second test, and he could have been that player that takes the test for the Wallabies. But no matter what, they got some serious players with these forwards, and my word, they're going to be putting a lot of pressure and a lot of scrum pressure on the Lions. Obviously, the Lions do have Dan Sheehan, Andrew Porter, and Ty Furlong, who are dominant. They're very experienced, but it's going to be a battle of strength. I think this is going to be a big battle. In terms of the backs, we got Nick White and Tom Liner as the halfback pairing. Tom Liner put in a stellar performance. I really enjoyed his performance in the second test. The guy, he's got buckets of energy. He's so good. And can he maintain? Can they keep the pressure on the Lions? Finn Russell and Gibson Park didn't exactly have the most consistent game in game 2. Obviously, in the second half, came back with a pretty strong performances just all around from the Lions. But I think the Wallabies are going to be working on every single aspect of that loss, seeing where they went wrong, how they can improve, and hopefully this time they won't be taking players off, like your Skeltons or anybody that is important and that is playing well, at the 40th, 50th, 60th minute. The Wallabies need to come through with a win. They need a win. Obviously, I'm hoping for a Lions whitewash. I would absolutely love to see that, but I kind of feel for the Wallabies too. A little part of me wants them to get this win just to kind of amp things up for the upcoming games versus South Africa. So it's going to be interesting to see. But so far, this team looks scary. And then wingers, we got Max Jorgensen, and then we got Dylan Peach. Jorgensen caused absolute nightmares in game 2. I think he's going to do very much the same as he did then. The Lions must have seen where they went wrong with him, because the moment he's given any form of space, he's causing problems. He is just that engine. He can be that energizer bunny that just keeps going and keeps going. He finds those little bits of space, and he's such a clever winger. He's going to be he's going to be someone very difficult to handle. And then the centers, I'm so excited to see this. Suali'i and Ikitau at the center. My word, this is going to be putting a lot of pressure on the Lions. Runs are going to be like crazy. Suali'i, he needs to work on his defensive work rate, his tackles, and so on. Definitely is something to be worked on. But when you have a player like Len Ikitau next to you, oh, this is going to be good. This is going to be good. I'm telling you, Len Ikitau, he is just so good, and we know every time he's going to get onto that ball, he is going to cause nothing but havoc. And then you pair him up with Suali'i, who, in my opinion, is one of the best players in world rugby. He's got a lot to learn. He's got a lot to develop. But just that pure, raw ability, that raw power, you can put him in pretty much any team, and you would probably see him starting. He'd be that number one starter for that team. And then we have Tom Wright at 15. So big names here. Big names coming in. I'm so happy to see Taniella Tupou coming in for this test. Like I say, should have started all of the bloody tests. I do love him. He's fit. He's ready to go. He is a beast. So I can't wait for this clash. I cannot wait to see these monsters clash. Oh, Slipper, Porter, Poreki, Sheehan, Tupou, Tyke Furlong. Oh my God, this is going to be good. This is going to be good. Replacements, Billy Pollard, Angus Bell, another guy who's just going to come in and destroy and wreck heads. Zane, Nongo, Jeremy Williams, Langy Gleeson. We need to see a bit of Langy Gleeson coming on. Tate McDermott, Ben Donaldson, and then Andrew Callaway. These are names that I cannot wait to see. We're going to be seeing a lot. Angus Bell, he needs to come on. Langy Gleeson, Tate McDermott, fire. And I think replacing them at the right times can definitely be a big factor. And they just need to work on keeping that lead. They need to work on keeping that defensive line, because the last thing we want to be seeing again is Aussies to take complete control and then lose it in the second half. And I do feel the substitutions were a big component in that happening in the second half, and absolutely losing control. But then, as per my other video, we are seeing the Lions squad. If you haven't checked it out, I have done a preview just prior when the squad was announced, so make sure to check that out. But big forwards, very heavy, stocky, thick forwards. Conan, we're going to be seeing Conan, we're going to be seeing Curry, and we are going to be seeing Ty Burn. How this is going to go down. I think we truly are in for a spectacle. I was very much of the mindset that the Lions, they've won it. It's going to take away all that fire, all of that, entertainment out of it, because we're just going to be seeing Australia kind of, coast through this and, whatever, get a couple other players some caps. But no, we are seeing a very strong Australia side that's not going to take any BS from the Lions. They're coming in to fight. They are really coming in to dominate. And the Lions, they better not sleep on this. They better not sleep on this Australian side, because they are coming in hot. And I think they have a point to prove after the last game. They're coming in with full intention to win. And the Lions had better make sure that they are performing well. Gibson Park and Russell's really going to have to play their lines very, very well. Keep everybody in check. And Maro Toje is going to need to have a very solid game. Otherwise, we could definitely see an Australian side take the third game. Again, I'd love to see a whitewash. I think pretty much every single Lions fan out there would love to see a whitewash. But Like I say, I have that little bit of me that wants Australia to win to set everything up. Guys, this is going to be a fire game. Let me know what your thoughts are. Can the Wallabies do it? And if they get in front, can they keep it? Because obviously they found flaws in their game in the last game. Can they keep a lead, or will the Lions take the lead and maintain control over the entire game and go through with a complete whitewash 3-0? I don't know, but I'm really excited for this game. Ever since I saw this Australian side, they are not, it's no holds barred. You know, they are coming in to win. So let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Please like, subscribe. It really does help the channel grow. And let's get into it. See you.